You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Jacqueline has a night off. Topping our news tonight, people who use Verizon as their cell phone carrier here on the Suncoast and elsewhere had some issues last night. The carrier experienced a widespread outage which impacted thousands of its customers. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live tonight with more in the story. Rick?
Yes, Scott, this was a little bit of a mess. It did affect many folks.
Verizon cannot complete your call at this time. So then I waited 10 minutes and I tried it again, and that didn't work.
That was what thousands of Verizon customers were experiencing Thursday night. For Sarasota resident Debbie Shearhart and many others, it was a little frustrating, but she says she was able to work around it.
I think that's a problem for a lot of people because a lot of people only use their cell phone these days. It's not that we're so old-fashioned, but we do keep a landline in our house just for that purpose.
Riverview High School senior Sophia Winicki relies heavily on her cell phone. This widespread Verizon outage did have an impact on her and her friends.
It was kind of frustrating just because I was trying to communicate with like my friends and also like a club that I'm in because I'm an officer for it, so I wasn't able to do anything on my phone.
It's not known exactly what happened, but Verizon did issue this statement. It says, Verizon Wireless experienced interruption in service in the Tampa Bay area last night. Engineers were able to identify and resolve the issue, and service was restored by 2:45 this morning. It's something that did impact 911 centers on the Sun Coast. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office informed people through Facebook and Twitter that they were unable to receive or dial out to any Verizon users. Folks were being encouraged to use a landline or another carrier. Jake Sauer, who oversees Manatee County's 911 center, says he did notice a decrease in 911 calls during the outage because 70% of their calls come in via cell phones. In addition to having a landline, he shares this bit of advice.
If they have Wi-Fi, they can always turn on Wi-Fi calling through their phone, their smartphone, and that would enable them to call 911 as well.
And we did reach out, but no one from the Sarasota County 911 Center was available to comment. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Right now, detectives are on the scene of a suspected homicide at a mobile home park along Cortez Road West in Bradenton. Manatee County Sheriff's Office says the female victim was found around 3 o'clock by a co-worker this afternoon. Deputies say detectives have detained a person of interest. We will continue to bring you more information on this story as it becomes available. New video is revealed in a case involving the use of excessive force by Sarasota police officers. Today, the case was in front of the city's independent police advisory panel. Chief Bernadette Cepino showing this video of Chad Washington taken before police arrived the day of the incident in question. Washington is believed to be on a hallucinogenic drug called Spice. His fiancée, Darnisha McMillan, says she called 911 for EMS, but police showed up at her front door. McMillan claims officers used excessive force on Washington, punching him, throwing him to the ground, and tasing him several times. Chief DePino defending her officer, saying an internal investigation is complete and that the officers acted appropriately.
The officer, as soon as he makes entry, is immediately attacked. He's pushed down to the ground. He hits his head on the tile. He's punched multiple times in his head. At one point, feels like he's about to pass out, and feels like that. Luckily, there was another officer, Officer Maya Taylor, that was there to try to assist.
He was attempting to beat Chad while being tased, while being pinned under the police car, not posing a threat. He cannot move. There are 3 officers pinning Chad down.
The police advisory panel did not make a ruling today regarding the officers' behaviors. The board plans to meet with the police department publicly to go over the internal investigation in detail before reaching a final decision. Police need your help finding thieves in Bradenton who stole copper wire. Bradenton police say at least 6 light poles had more than 1,000 feet of copper wire ripped out of them near 43rd Street West and Cortez Boulevard. That stolen wire is worth several $1,000s. The lights have since been fixed, but the suspects remain on the loose. Anyone with information should call Bradenton Police. And a man suffers burns after picking up what looked like glowing rocks along Anna Maria Island. They were actually parts of a washed-up military flare. This all happened Wednesday along a stretch of beach on Willow Avenue. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office reports remnants of the flare were still burning when they were found at the beach. The man who picked up the embers suffered burns to his hand and leg after putting them in his pocket. All right, time now to get a check on our forecast and our weather today on this Friday night with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Scott, a beautiful string of days here over the past 3. Lots of sunshine after rain earlier this week, and things are going to stay that way tomorrow, but then Sunday, a different story. Right now, it's nice, 80 degrees, a few clouds around. The dew point temperature has bounced up where it's supposed to be for this time of year, low 60s, and the winds out of the southwest at 9. And those southwesterly winds are a direct result of the sea breeze, which has kicked in. Temperatures across the state, low 80s in Key West and Orlando. It's 80 in Sarasota right now, 77 in Tallahassee, and 79 in Miami. Well, the big story is the developing snowstorm, which will cause all sorts of headaches in terms of severe weather from the plain states up into the central U.S. Tonight, a line of intense storms developing now into Oklahoma, and that will stretch on into Arkansas. These areas in red are all tornado watch boxes extending all the way up into Iowa tonight, Kansas City included in that. And then north of that, there's blizzard warnings. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But our futurecast tonight calling for generally fair skies. Looks nice. We'll see fair skies and temperatures into the mid 60s to upper 60s across the region, and maybe a little bit of cloudiness late tomorrow night in advance of a cold front. We'll have more on that cold front in just a few minutes, Scott.
Okay, Bob, thank you. The big day is here. For 9 days, theaters across Sarasota will be packed with film fanatics for this year's Sarasota Film Festival. It's expected to draw 6,000 to 12,000 people from all over. Opening night kicks off this evening at the Sarasota Opera House. ABC7's Ray Collins joins us now live from the red carpet. Ray?
Scott, this certainly has grown over the years. This is the 20th annual year. It began with a few films in a few days. Now it's 10 days and 200 films. Movie Maker magazine calls this one of the coolest film festivals in the world. That's not a bad thing to be called. It's off to a slow start so far. Usually by now there's red carpet activity, but I'll step out of the way now. Red carpet is still rolled up right there on the sidewalk as a few folks are gathering. If you're coming down this way, Pineapple Avenue is closed. So if you're not involved in the film fest, you might want to avoid this area just beyond 5 Points. There's a stage set up this year over there in the park, in 5 Points Park, also tents, and again, this road is closed off. If you are coming to the event, you might want to look at the Palm Avenue parking garage. Of course, you'll have to pay now over 3 hours, but otherwise, it's a big, large lot. Tonight's opening movie is Eric Stoltz's Class Rank. It's a come-of-age comedy starring Christian Chenoweth and Bruce Dern. Also appearing this week, we'll see John Heder from Napoleon Dynamite, Rory Kennedy, and also Lifetime Achievement Awards are going this year to Virginia Madsen and also Steve Guttenberg. When we talk to you next half hour at 5:30, we'll talk to somebody who's got a movie in this festival. It's actually a true story from Manatee County. We'll talk about that and have more from the film festival next half hour at 5:30. For now, I'm Ray Collins in downtown Sarasota. Scott, back to you in the studio.
All right, Ray, thank you. The show Military Makeover on the Lifetime Network has been in Bradenton all this week. They give deserving veterans a much-needed home makeover. ABC7's Stephanie Webb caught up with special guest co-host, former Navy SEAL Marcus Luttrell. His life was portrayed in the 2014 movie Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg. Luttrell says his mission this week was to help make this veteran's house feel like a home again.
At the end of the day, it's when you let your guard down. You know, all your armor's off. Fall asleep in there, and I mean, it's the people that you love and that love you. So I think the greatest thing that you can do to help out a veteran is put a roof over their head.
And the big reveal for the family took place this afternoon. The vet, Aaron Cornelius, is sight impaired from an injury suffered in Iraq. So the designers made it possible for Aaron to feel the different textures in each room. Everything in the home was also voice activated, from the alarm to the lights. The host of the show says this was one of the most challenging makeovers they've done because of how run down the home was. You can catch episodes of Military Makeover on the Lifetime Network. Still to come on your Suncoast News tonight, why President Trump is pardoning a former vice president's chief of staff who was convicted of perjury and obstruction of justice. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast for the upcoming weekend. You want to know the timing on some possible storms in the area. And could the answer to recurring breast cancer be as easy as ibuprofen? We'll have the details when we come back.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at cashnetusa.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Saints and Singers. The powerful voices of the 40 choral artist singers are joined by acclaimed mezzo-soprano Amy Jo Connors, performing John Rutter's arrangements of such beloved spirituals as Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, When the Saints Go Marching In, and more. The concert also features medleys highlighting hits from Broadway and the sublime music of Cole Porter. Sunday, April 15th, 7:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 387-4900.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by the Culture Group.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
President Trump issuing a full pardon to Louis Scooter Libby, a former top aide to Vice President Dick Cheney. Libby is Cheney's former chief of staff. He was convicted of lying to investigators and obstruction of justice following the 2003 leak of the identity of a CIA operative, Valerie Plame. President George W. Bush later commuted Libby's 30-month prison sentence but did not issue a pardon despite intense pressure from Cheney. No one was ever charged with the leak. President Trump says in the statement he does not know Libby, but for years I have heard that he has been treated unfairly. Hopefully this full pardon will help rectify a very sad portion of his life. The federal government will be taking a closer look at the U.S. Postal Service's finances. President Trump issuing an executive order Thursday night announcing a task force to review the Postal Service's operations and finances. The president says the U.S. postal system must operate under a sustainable business model and be able to fairly compete in commercial markets. The executive order comes after the president's frequent attacks on online retail giant Amazon. President Trump has accused Amazon of not paying its fair share of postage to the USPS. New Jersey's newest multi-mega millionaire has finally been revealed. The New Jersey Lottery announcing the name of the man who won last month's $533 million jackpot. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more on the lucky winner.
Richard Wall's wallet is looking a bit bigger today.
Richard, congratulations once again.
Becoming the largest winner of the New Jersey Lottery in its nearly 50-year history. The sole winner of a whopping $533 million jackpot.
I tell my wife, I saw her, I said, baby, we get to go on vacation. She goes, what are you talking about?
Wall moved here with his family from Michigan a few months ago for a new job. He says it was only his second time ever playing the lottery, and he wasn't really sure how it all worked. He stopped by this Luke Oil in Riverdale, New Jersey, using Quick Pick to randomly select his numbers.
oh, here's an 11. I go 11, and I see 28, and I'm excited. I want $4.
And when he saw those numbers matching up,
I could tell you it didn't sink in. You know, it was truly amazing.
Wall says he is still in shock.
Humbling. I keep using that word humbling. We're just humbled by the fact of everything that's happened.
And he wants to use this money to help not only his family, but also others in need.
It's not only life-changing money for me, but I want it to be life-changing money for others. Family, friends, people in need. So we're going to try to do some good things with it.
Wall says his big splurge is going to be a 1963 Corvette and a vacation with his wife. But get this, he says he's going to keep playing the lottery. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Wow. I don't know. Can you win again if you win that?
I guess, you know, life-changing, he said. You know, a lot of times it is life-changing, and sometimes for the worse, because you get too much money at one time. They don't know what to do with it, but hopefully everything will work out. It sounds like he may have his feet firmly planted on the ground. He's just getting into a car, you know, a nice Corvette. That's not too bad.
Classic Corvette.
That's right. We are looking at some pretty classic weather here lately. Last 3 days have been really outstanding. Van Wezel webcam showing pretty calm conditions out there on the waters today. Not too bad. We had a bit of a breeze, but temperatures warming up just a little bit, and that humidity coming up just a little as well. You'll see it more so tomorrow in the afternoon. It will feel about 90 degrees away from the water. As far as the Titan radar picture goes, nothing to worry about tonight. It looks like things will stay fair for the Sharks Tooth Festival tonight and tomorrow. We're looking at decent weather. Sunday, a different story, though. Winds are basically out of the east-southeast right now, with the west coast sea breeze developing out of the southwest. Not enough moisture in the atmosphere to create any kind of shower activity that's significant. 1 or 2 lone showers may break out into central Florida, but we're not anticipating any rainfall here, any significant rain for that matter. Day planner tomorrow looks good. We'll see clear skies to start things off. It will be rather mild to warm tomorrow. We'll be slightly above average to start our Saturday off, and then warming up into the mid-80s by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just a few clouds expected. Should be a real decent day out there. And then Sunday, a different story. Currently, we have mostly cloudy skies, 80 degrees. Dew point temperature is at 63. The pressure 30.05 inches. That's still pretty high. Now, as far as the weather goes in terms of severity, there is a chance that we will see some severe storms. In fact, that chance right now is in the slight risk, and that's fairly high. We'll see that. It looks like Sunday, late afternoon and evening. There's also a chance of some isolated tornadoes for us. Not nearly as much of a chance as they're going to see over the lower Mississippi Valley and the panhandle of Florida, but we will see that, and that'll be Sunday afternoon. As I said, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, the best chance for showers and storms. Here's the GFS forecast model, and this is where the hotbed of activity will be on Saturday in the afternoon and evening. Numerous tornado watches will be put out, more than likely throughout this region, from Alabama stretching into Mississippi, even into Louisiana throughout the day on Saturday, eventually into the panhandle of Florida. You'll notice the advancement of the front. This is noon on Sunday. Some light rain could be moving in. According to this model, I suspect that most of the rough weather, if we get any, will be later in the afternoon and evening. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to get warm on Sunday, too, so there'll be plenty of energy out ahead of the front, which will allow for some of these storms to get rather intense and strong. So it bears watching. Obviously, as we've told you earlier this week, this is a first alert weather day on Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday, things really cool down. The big story has been this storm system really getting its act together now. Blizzard warnings out for this. The area of low pressure is right there. Not high pressure, but low pressure right there. This low pressure area will track off to the northeast, and then the attendant cold front will sweep down. This is a blizzard warning right here. And also we have tornado warnings and watches out as well, just to the south into Iowa, all the way down into Texas tonight. As I mentioned, all that heading in our general direction. I think the strongest storms will be well to our north. However, there's a pretty good chance we'll see thunderstorms here Sunday afternoon. So there will be an advisory for boaters on Sunday. Tomorrow, not so much. Winds out of the southeast at 15 knots, and then seas right around 2 feet with a moderate chop out there. The water temperature warm 78 degrees. That will aid some of those storms too as they work close to us on Sunday. So Saturday looks great, and then Sunday, showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and evening. Monday we clear out and turn really quite nice throughout most of the work week next week, with lots of sunshine and cool temperatures on Monday and Tuesday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now, let's check first alert traffic right now. If you're heading north on the interstate this evening, you'll see some traffic. It's slow going from the exit at Fruitville Road all the way north past State Road 70 in Manatee County. In health news tonight, could a new study in mice tell science more about the spread of breast cancer and what to do about it? With more, here's ABC's Janae Norman.
Could the answer to recurring breast cancer be as easy as ibuprofen? Shortly after their diagnosis, many women with breast cancer have surgery to remove the tumor from their breast. Up to a year and a half after this procedure, however, there's an increased risk of spread or metastasis of the tumor. Doctors warn about it but can't yet prevent it. Scientists in Boston designed an experiment in mice to explore why it happens. They found that, at least in mice, the immune system expends a lot of energy healing the surgical wound, leaving very few immune resources to fight any remaining cancer cells. In other words, the body gets distracted after the surgery. And here's the most intriguing part. Researchers found that anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen were effective at limiting the spread of cancer while the surgical site healed. They hope that what's true in mice can someday be tested in humans. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
If surgery is in your future, it's worth your while to ask for alternatives to opioids. A University of Michigan study found that of 36,000 patients prescribed opioids for the first time after surgery, more than 2,000 of them were still filling prescriptions after 3 months. This held true whether the operation was a small one like carpal tunnel or a large one like a hysterectomy, so the amount of pain was not a factor here. If you are scheduled to have surgery, ask about using non-narcotic medications, regional anesthesia, and nerve blocks. This is especially important if you've ever had a smoking habit, depression, or been addicted to alcohol or drugs. Now to a surprising discovery. Despite the idea that having a sweet tooth increases body fat, new research may suggest just the opposite is true. According to the University of Copenhagen study, people with the genetic disposition known as having a sweet tooth actually have less body fat. But don't start reaching for that cupcake just yet. Researchers say despite the findings, it's important to remember the study only covers this specific genetic variation, and they're still working on the connection between diet and sugar intake and the risk of obesity and diabetes. Coming up, hundreds of homes in danger. A look at a fire that has forced an entire U.S. town to evacuate. Plus, a wild freeway chase across several counties, how authorities in Southern California were finally able to get this driver and stop him.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today, and named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Fun for the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival grounds.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Busy day for the Northport Fire Department. The city tweeting out this video of an SUV on fire. The vehicle completely engulfed in flames along Hillsborough Boulevard near Toledo Blade. Firefighters spraying down that SUV and quickly putting out the flames. Florida firefighters are being deployed to Oklahoma tonight after a whole town was evacuated due to a wildfire. Firefighters rescued 2 hunters who were trapped by the blaze, but at least 1 man is still missing. About 800 homes are threatened by this fire, and at least 3 have been destroyed so far. Worse, strong winds are fanning these flames. So far, the fire has burned more than 19,000 acres. Now, Florida's Commissioner of Agriculture is sending 28 firefighters to aid in suppression efforts there. A high-speed chase in California caught on camera. Police say the driver stole the car and then led deputies through parts of San Bernardino and Los Angeles. At one point, the man even leaning out of the window while speeding down the road, trying to look under the car. Later, law enforcement tried to spin him out, but the suspect swerved away after being hit and weaved through traffic before getting back into the carpool lane. A later attempt was successful, however. A K-9 was then sent into the vehicle to subdue him, and he was arrested. One person has been rescued after a vehicle went over a cliff in California today. Emergency responders rappelled down the side of the cliff to reach the man. Video of the crash site below showed waves battering the crumpled vehicle. There's no word yet on how the accident happened. California Highway Patrol says the man was the only person in the vehicle and has non-life-threatening injuries. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, our Braden River High School student organizing what she's calling a bra cot after she was told to cover her nipples with bandages at the school. What students hope to accomplish with the silent protest. Plus, a big day for the Pinecraft community. We'll show you the new addition expected to bring more people to the area.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call. Let us give you some peace of mind.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Saints and Singers. The powerful voices of the 40 choral artist singers are joined by acclaimed mezzo-soprano Amy Jo Connors, performing John Rutter's arrangements of such beloved spirituals as Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, When the Saints Go Marching In, and more. The concert also features medleys highlighting hits from Broadway and the sublime music of Cole Porter. Sunday, April 15th, 7:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 387-4900.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Bryce dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at CaliforniaClosets.com.